Hi, Katie here. We're going to be making pancit today. It's a Filipino meal, which is made of pancit Canton noodles. We have the vermicelli, bean thread noodles. We have cabbage. We're going to have some garlic, some celery, some rotisserie chicken that we're going to pull apart, some carrots, and some onion scallions that we're going to saute up. So we're going to mix the vegetables up and saute them, and we'll get back to you as soon as we get to that process. Okay, now that we have our vegetables chopped up, we have our cabbage chopped up, our celeries, our garlic, we have our carrots, we have our chicken. So what we're going to do is we're going to saute up with our garlic the chicken, some olive oil, some soy sauce, and some pepper, and we're going to get that sauteed up real good to get the juices going. Okay, while our chicken is simmering with the garlic and soy sauce and what have you, we have our cabbage over here. We have it boiling so that it gets nice and soft. So we're going to allow that to boil for about 10-15 minutes. Okay, while our cabbage is boiling down and our chicken is sauteing, it's sauteed up really well, we're going to add our vegetables and allow it to simmer in the juices of the chicken. And I've already added the celery and the onions. Okay, so basically our cabbage is still boiling down, should be done any second now. We have our chicken here simmering with the vegetables. I added a little bit of pepper, a little bit more soy sauce, and just because pancit is basically to taste for everyone's palate, you can add whatever seasonings that make you enjoy it the best. So I did add a little bit of garlic salt because it was a little bland at first. So basically I'm just allow those to simmer down, and then I'll be adding my noodles here shortly. Okay, as you can see, I'm combining the chicken sauteed with the vegetables to the juice of the cabbage. So what we're going to do is we're going to allow that to come back to a boil, and then we're going to add our noodles so that all the juices that we use to saute the vegetables and the chicken are combined together to boil down the noodles. All of the solids out of the pan so that we can use that juice to boil the noodles. So we're going to take this and pour it into here so that we just use the juice to boil the noodles. Okay, and we're just going to pour this in here. Okay. Now we're going to add the noodles to the juice in here, and we're going to put this to the side for now. Okay, now that we have our juices back to a boil and we have our solids here on the side, we're just having those hold off and wait until we get done with the noodles. We're going to add the vermicelli noodles first. We're going to add the pancit noodles first because they're going to take a little bit longer to cook, and then we're going to add the vermicelli noodles until they're like at a taste that some people like al dente, some people like more soft. So to taste, we'll see how they are. And once we're done with that, we'll drain all of the juice out and we'll add the solids. We'll get back to that. So now that our noodles are finished, we're going to drain the oil. The water. Okay, so mind you, these noodles have been cooking in the broth from the vegetables and the chicken. So that's what gives them the taste. So we're just going to drain that out really good. And once that drains out, we're going to add our vegetables and the noodles, and then we're going to have our pancit all complete. Okay, now that our noodles have drained really well, we're going to go ahead and combine the noodles and the vegetables. So we're going to put them in here, and then put this on. And we'll add these. These are our vegetables and chicken. And then we're just going to mix our noodles and our chicken and vegetables up really well. Okay, and then we'll mix that up, and then our cuisine is all set. It's all you, I don't know how to make pancit, obviously offhand, but I have a really good friend of mine that basically step by step explained me how to do this. She's Filipino American. She's from the Philippines. She migrated here from the Philippines in 1990, and this is one of her favorite cuisines that she makes, and she said that it's important that they make it for birthdays and holidays. And the reason why is because she feels like they believe that if you make noodles, pancit like this, and you don't cut them before you eat them, that it helps contribute to a long life.